welcome to a very gentle introduction to the ancient Chinese card game Sheng Ji. And here's how it starts. You need 4 people and 2 decks of cards. You sit across the table from your teammate, and that person will stay on the same team with you for the rest of the day. For every game, one of the 4 players will be the dealer, and the team will take 2 different roles, 1 attack and 1 defend. The blue team is the defending team because player 1 is the dealer and the dealer's team always defend. If player 2 becomes the dealer, then the red team will defend and the blue team will attack. Your teammate will never change across the games, but whether you're defending or attacking will be different every game depending on who is the dealer. Regardless of the roles, the goal is always trying to secure as many points as you can as a team. Now let's talk about points. We have 200 points in total across 2 decks of cards. Not all the cards count as points. Only 5, 10, and kings are points. 5 is 5 points, 10 and king are 10 points each. The rest of the cards are worth 0 points. The rule applies to all the suits and not just hearts. So spades, diamond, and clubs, only 5, 10, and king count as points. And remember, we have 2 decks of cards, so that's how we have 200 points in total. And here's how to collect points. Let's say we have player 1 as the dealer and this is the first round of the game, so dealer goes first. Player 1 played Jack of Diamond. And now we go counterclockwise and it's player 2's turn. Let's say he played a 3, and then a 10, and then a 9. In this case, the winner is player 1 because Jack ranked the highest among these 4 cards, which means the dealer will take all the points. And keep in mind that only 5, 10 kings are points. So in this case, only 10 is worth 10 points and the rest of the 3 cards will not count. We can just discard them, put them away somewhere and will not use them again. Now the winner will collect the points and keep them somewhere safe. After that, a fresh new round will start. After round 1, the winner of the previous round will always go first. In this case, the dealer will continue. Let's say dealer played a 5 of clubs. And now everyone has to play a club. For this round, winner is player 4 as king has the highest rank among these cards. We will check the points now and looking for the 5, 10 kings. We can again discard all the pointless cards and then let the winner take all. After that, a new round will start. Now player 4 was the winner of the round 2, so he will start the round. Let's say he played a pair of 3 of spades. This means that everyone after him will have to play 2 spades, and if in spades they have pairs, they have to play the pair. So it can go something like this. And player 3 will be the winner for this round. We drop the cards that doesn't count toward the points and keep the 10s, and these are 20 points. Now instead of letting player 3 collect them, we can just add them to player 1's pile because they are on the same team. And actually, because player 1 is the dealer, so we have the blue team playing as the defending team and the red team as the attacking team. Since there are only 2 teams and always 200 points in total, in actual gameplay, we don't actually ever calculate points at all for the dealer's team. You can just discard all of them, and only track the total points for the attacking team. The goal for the dealer is to stop the attacking team from getting 80 points, and only then they will have a chance to level up. For a regular game session, both teams will start as level 2. Let's say if player 1 is the dealer of the first game, they will win the game if they keep the attacking team points under 80. When that happens, blue team will level up from level 2 to level 3. Now we move on to game 2. Since blue won the last game, they will continue as the defending team. Now the other blue player will play as the dealer and the red team will still be attacking. And if they manage to get to 80 points, this would mean that they have won this round of the game. And when game 3 starts, one of the red player will become the dealer and serve as the defender. Now the blue team will do the attacking. Remember, we always only check the points for the attacking team. If not only they got more than 80 points, they actually got 120. They will be the dealer again, and then they will actually also level up. The more points you get, the more you level up. I will talk more about the scoring later, but first let's talk about levels. In one game session, all teams start as level 2. As they win games, they can level up to higher ranks like 2, 3, 4, Jack, Queen, King, and all the way to rank Ace. The first team to get there will be considered as the ultimate winner of the game. These levels are not just to keep scores, but they actually are tied to a very important mechanisms of the game, which is the trump cards. Every game, every card will be separated as either a trump card or a non-trump card. You can think of the trump cards as a dominant suit that even the weakest trump card rank higher compared to the strongest non-trump cards. The trump card will be determined by the dealer's level. So if the dealer is level 4, then all the 4s are going to be very strong in that current game. The jokers will always be the trump cards and they're always going to be the strongest, and the 4s will be weaker than the jokers but stronger than anything else. Among them, one of the suit will be selected as the trump suit. For example, if hearts are selected, then all the hearts will become trump cards as well. This makes them stronger than any of the other suits like spades and diamonds. You can order them this way from the strongest card to the weakest. This happens when the dealer is rank 4 and selected hearts as the trump suit, and all of this can be different every game. For example, if dealer is level 2, then the trump rank will be the 2s. And if spades is selected instead of hearts, then all of these cards will change orders. In this case, the spade will be the trump suit and hearts will become a non-trump cards. Remember, even the weakest trump card can beat the strongest non-trump card. You can think of the trumps as an additional new suit, and that in that current game, there will be no longer spades as they have upgraded to trump. And when some player played a 3 of diamond, for example, you cannot play 2 of diamond because 2 of diamond is now a trump card and no longer a diamond. There will also be situations when the jokers are selected as the trump suit, and we call this situation no trump. When that happens, the 4 suits will be equal and all of them will be non-trump cards. The only trump cards in this case will be the jokers and the 2s. Okay, now we have talked about the teams, the scoring, and the trump card. I think we are finally ready to start talking about the actual rules linearly. Every game follows 3 stages. Stage 1 is the pre-game setup and it deals with the selection of the trump card. Stage 2 is the actual gameplay where teams fight for points round by round. And in post-game stage, we will calculate the points and assign the teams and dealer for the next game. Now let's go over stage 1 in details. Stage 1 covers 3 things. First is the selection of the trump cards, and if it is the first game of the day, stage 1 also takes care of the selection of the dealer. Starting from the second game, and the dealer will be decided automatically, but in the first game it is combined with the selection of the trump. And then we have a dealer and a bottom stock invented, I will talk about soon. First, make sure you're sitting across the table from your teammate and the cards are shuffled and placed in the middle. Since this is the first game, both teams are going to be level 2, which means the trump rank will be the 2s. And as players are drawing the card, they should be on the lookout for these trump cards. This will continue until someone finds a 2. So like this, and here we go. We got a 2 of hearts. If the player wants to be the dealer, then they need to put this card face up on the table to show people that they are first declaring to be the dealer and then also declaring hearts as the trump suit. This is exactly the situation that we went through earlier, but this is not final yet, as there are still many cards left in the middle. The other players can contest during the rest of the drawing stage. And here's how to contest. It follows the rank rule, which means if a 2 is declared, then someone else can put down a joker and on the table and contest the previous player. The red joker can beat the black joker, and when that happens, we have no trump situation. We also have a second rule of contesting, which is double beats single. And this rule overrides the first rule. So in total, you have 12 options when declaring the trump suit while drawing the cards. If 2 is declared, immediately you can no longer use the options at the same level to contest it. If one single joker is declared, then all these options are out. A pair of 2s can contest one single joker, and then when that happens, you won't be able to place any other 2s anymore. And if you put down a 2 and someone put down a pair of red jokers, then that will be the end, as there will be no other options that can contest it. This process happens as players continually drawing their cards, like this. And if you got another 2 of hearts, you can place it down on the table next to your other 2 and make it a double. This makes it a lot more stronger as it eliminates most options that could contest it. And then the drawing will continue. And all the way until there are 25 cards in each player's hand and 8 cards left in the middle. If no one wants to contest again, the heart will be trump suit of the game and the player will be the dealer. And blue team will attack and red team will defend. Now we move on to stage 1-2. We have 8 cards left in the middle and we call them the bottom stock. This is one of the advantages of being a dealer. The dealer will actually take these cards in and have an opportunity to discard unwanted cards. Now let's switch to the first person view of our dealer. One of the things the beginner have the most trouble with is actually holding 25 cards in one hand. Instead of putting them on the table or whatever, I recommend this way. And the very first thing you should do is to sort the cards in order. And normally people start with the highest trump card and go from there. So Joker and 2, the trump rank. These are all the high cards, and since we are playing hearts as the trump suit, you should also look for all the hearts. And all of these are your trump cards. You should start sort them in order and make some space and put them there. Now the non-trump suits are at equal level. Most people just sort them in the red black pattern. So if hearts is trump, then you can put space next to it. Take them out, sort them, and put them back. Now sort the diamond and then the clubs. You should always sort your cards. It's not a rule, but it will just make your life a lot easier. Now don't forget that the dealer also put a pair of 2s of hearts on the table. So take them back and put them where they belong. And now we can take a look at the bottom cards. And here they are. Just put them in with the rest of the cards. And now you need to discard 8 cards. This is a chance for the dealer to improve the quality of their hand. So you can just get rid of useless cards that you don't want, like these 4s and 7s that are not pairs and are very small. Take them out and put them face down on the table. Now that was stage 1-2. After the dealer exchanges the cards, attacking team will have one more chance to challenge the dealer, which means they could potentially put down a pair of big jokers and convert them from hearts as the trump to no trump. After that, the contester can actually do the exchange with the bottom stock as well. They will take these cards in, and just like how the dealer just did, so now it's the same process. You pick up the card, you put them in, you look for the trash card in your hand, you pick them out, and you discard them. And this can be challenged again by the red team if they wish. Now here are some terms. In stage 1, we always first have the declaring of the trump card and followed by the dealer doing the exchange with the bottom stock. But the challenging dealer part is only allowed in second game and onward. So if this is the first game, then you can't actually do what player 1 just did, at least not in the first game. If player 1 wanted to contest, they have to do it before the dealer picks up the bottom stock. But if this is the second game and onward, then the blue team can freely challenge the dealer and do the exchange with the bottom cards themselves. So that was stage 1. We settled with player 2 as the dealer and 2 of hearts as the dominant trump card. Now we move on to stage 2 with the actual gameplay. There are 3 types of hand that you can play: the single, the double, and the freestyle. I will go through them in details later. Let's say it's stage 2-1. First thing you should do is to keep the bottom stock somewhere safe. We'll go back to it at the very end of the game. Now the dealer always starts the first round of every game. And what to play is a big decision. If you don't want to overthink it, most people start the game with non-trump cards because trump cards are powerful but expensive, and you just have a lot more controls in the non-trump cards. So let's take a look at these non-trump cards. In your head, you can put every card in this graph ranking from the lowest to highest in their strength and uncertainty. For example, aces are very strong and nothing can beat them, so they are high rank and low risk. And for these pairs, the threes are very low, so they sit somewhere there. And the kings, even though are relatively high rank, they're also extremely risky because two pairs of kings are worth 20 points and points are important. The fives are also worth points and they are low, so they're also risky. For some cards like a singular queen, it sits somewhere in the middle. To keep it simple, just play the most high rank and low risk option. So in this case, you should just play the pair of ace. Just take them out and put them on the table. Now we go counterclockwise to player 3. Because the starting player started the round with a pair of clubs, this forces all the other players have to play clubs. So we can only play these cards. And because red played a pair, it means if we have a pair, we must play the pair. And if we only have one pair, which is the pair of tens, this is unfortunate because we are basically giving points to them and there's no other options. Now for player 4. Again, same situation. If we have clubs, we have to play clubs. If we have pairs, we have to play pairs. Since our team is winning already, we can just play the smallest pair, so just the nines. Now the last round goes to player 1. Again, same thing. We can only play clubs and only play the pairs. Since blue team is losing, so just play the 6. Now we finish the round, and the winner is our dealer. In real games, when the dealer wins a turn, we don't calculate the points. So just put them in the middle and flip them over as a discard pile. Now we move on to round 2. The dealer goes again because they won last round. And again, same process, low risk, high rank. So the ace. Dealer plays the ace and the rest of the players follows. Since the dealer won again, just put the cards in the middle and discard them. Whatever the first person started the round with, the rest of the players have to follow. And the same outcome here, dealer won again. We discard the cards and do the next round. Now the dealer played another pair in diamond and it's player 3's turn. Player 3 only has 3 diamonds left and none of them is a pair. So player 3 will actually have just to play any of the 2 random diamond cards. You normally would avoid giving points if you think your team will lose the round. Now for player 4, he also doesn't have pairs anymore, so he chose to play a queen and a 5. He played the 5 because he thinks his team will win this round. Now we arrive at the player 1, the last player for this round. As you can see, there's no diamonds left, which means player 1 can actually play anything they want. They can do a 4 and a 5, or a 7 and a 5. They don't actually need to play pairs anymore, they can just play whatever. But regardless of whatever they're playing, if it's a non-trump card, they will always be weaker than the red, because the red led the round with the diamonds, making diamonds the strongest non-trump suit for the round. But if player 1 now plays a trump card, even the weakest pair will be able to beat the other team. So either a pair of ace or the 2 jokers, as long as they are the same jokers and not one red and one black. Let's say they played a pair of ace of hearts. In this case, player 1 will win this round. We first discard all the useless cards that doesn't count towards points, put them in the middle and flip them, and then put the points face up on top of the discarded pile. Now the attacking team has collected their first 5 points. We'll keep track of their points in the middle and the player 1 can start the next round. It's the same process. You look at your non-trump cards first. For clubs, your highest card is a king. Keep in mind that red player had played ace of spades in round 3. This means that there are still other ace of spades out there somewhere, either in your teammate's hand or the other red player's hand. This makes king of spades a risky option. Now let's take a look at clubs. Let's consider all the cards that can beat our king, which is really just any of the ace. And if you can remember, the dealer played a pair of ace of clubs in round 1, which means the king we have now is the highest club card out there, making it an excellent choice. Now let's consider the pair of queens. The only thing that can beat them is a pair of ace and a pair of kings. The ace are out, and we have one of the kings, which means the pair of queens that we have is the highest pair within the clubs. And then when that happens, you can actually just play the king and the 2 kings together in one go. And when the first player led the round with clubs like this KQQ, it means that the other player will have to play the 3 clubs, and if they have pairs, they have to play pairs. Red only has 2 clubs left, so he has no option but to play them. And in addition, he has to play another card from the other suit. He can break the pair of 8, or he can play a small trump card. Either way is not great for the red team. And now we move on to the next player. They have to play 3 clubs and they only have 3 clubs, so there's nothing much to think about. Now for the last player, he has 4 clubs and he has a pair. And because he doesn't want to give points to the blue team, he will play the 8 instead of the 5. Now player 1 has won this round. Again, we put useless cards in the middle, flip them and tuck them in. And now put the points face up in the middle and the attacking team will have 25 points. The blue team won many points due to this very powerful hand, a mixture of single and doubles. You will often see people start a round with these hands, like AKK or AAK. You can do them as long as you can make sure each component is the strongest within that suit. Another powerful hand that people start with are these connected pairs. We call them the tractor. They are very strong because it's quite rare to get connected pairs and are normally unbeatable. It works as long as there are connected pairs within the same suit. The connected nature works with the ranking system of the trump card, so when 4 of hearts is selected as a trump card, then in this case all the 4s will no longer be part of the non-trump card's ranking system. This makes the 3s and the 5s one level apart from each other, which means the 3355 of non-trump cards will now be considered as a legal tractor. The tractor rule also works within the trump cards. Any cards with one level apart from each other can be paired in tractors. So you can do AA for 4, a pair of 4s between the trump and non-trump 4s, and the jokers and the 4s and stuff. And here are some examples that are not okay, because these pairs are either not connected or that they're not in the same suit. And in some situation, you will still be able to play this hand together. That is, if someone from previous round has played a king or a queen before, and then you know that no pair out there can beat your jacks anymore, then you can play this AA Jack thing. But this will not work for 7744, even if you have seen people playing 6 and 5 before. This is because there are so many other pairs out there that can still beat these pairs. Now, there are still situations when it would be possible. For example, if you played a pair before in diamonds and realize that no one else has pairs left in their hand, then it is totally okay to just play the 7744 together. Alternatively, if you played a diamond and realize no one else has any diamond left in their hand, then you can also play the 744 in one go. And not only just that, you can literally play all the diamond cards in your hand together. But if you made a mistake and someone else still have a diamond in their hand that can beat any of your cards, then you will have to play the smallest card, so in this case a single 4, and take a 10-point penalty. This is the rule for the last card type, the freestyle. You can do it as long as you can make sure within that suit, each of your singles and each of your pairs are the strongest in that current stage of the game, then you can just play all of them together. They are very strong. The only way to beat it is to use the same number of trump cards and must include the same number of pairs. Okay, that's pretty much all of it. Winner of the previous round will continue, and if you don't have any good cards left in the non-trump suit, it will be the good time to start thinking about the trump cards. If you don't want to overthink it, just play the smallest non-point trump card. This will be a signal for your teammate, saying, "Hey, all my cards are trash now, please help." This is a team game after all, you don't need to be strong by yourself the whole time. And the game just continues. You play until the very last round. The last round is important because if the attacking team wins the round, they will actually take the points in the bottom deck and double it. So now people will open this up and check what the dealer put in. There's a 10. It will be doubled and added to the attacking team's points. So in total, attacking team scored 90 points this game. And that is the whole stage 2. Now will be the time to do the scoring. The attacking team only needed 80 points to win, and if they win, they will become the defending team of the next game. So in this case, the dealer will pass from player 2 to player 3. The blue team is level 2, so the trump rank is still 2 for this second game. They would have been able to level if they have gotten more points, and here's how that works. We always only calculate the points for the attacking team, and everything is in brackets of 40. If they get 0 points in total, the defending team will level up 3 times and continue as the defending team of the next game. If they get somewhere between 5 and 35 points, the defending team will level up twice. If they get 40 to 75 points, the defending team will level up just once. And from 80 points and onward, the attacking team will win the game and become the defending team and the dealer of the next game. They will level up if they get at least 120 points, and level up twice if they get 160 to 195 points, and 3 times if they get all 200 points. One last thing is that the rank 5, 10, and king cannot be skipped, so if you are rank 4 and got a lot of points that you will level up 3 times, you can at most go to rank 5 because 5 cannot be skipped. It's just a rule to keep the games more interesting, as those levels the trump rank will be the points themselves. Okay, that's it. That's all the rules for the base game at least. I hope you will like the game. Good luck and have fun.